All right. Oh, I'm so excited, Nicole, to have you today and just talk about your experience of getting to work together. So, before we get started, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, I'm Nicole Goebel. I'm a mother of five. I'm a solo parent, which is different from a single parent. It's just me and my five kids, um, and just trying to improve and make little steps to move forward in any way, fashion that I can.
Yeah, absolutely. And I love that, we've known each other for a few years and have had different interactions and, socially and in the healing world and all of that. So it was very fun when we got to start working together. But tell us a little bit about like where were you before we started working together? What were you experiencing? What were you struggling with? Yeah.
Money stressed me out. To put it simply, it just um, whether I had money or whether I didn't have money, it all stressed me out. Making money, just the whole aspect of it. Not, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And we had some conversations a little bit just like on the side about money throughout the years, but like had never like delved deeply. So what made you realize that something needed to change?
Because I was perpetually going through a cycle. And it didn't matter how much money or how less money I made, it was always the same thing. And it was very activating. And with being a solo parent, you're already very activated. So I've been systematically working through my triggers and trying to calm my nervous system down. And it was time to focus on money.
Yeah, I actually love that you brought that up because there is kind of a process, it makes me think of like Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Like you kind of start at the bottom and you work yourself up. And so it's like, a few years ago, it wasn't necessarily the time to think about money. But now it was, right?
Yes.
Um, so did you have any concerns about working with me? And you can be completely honest.
No, not with this. Like I felt like um when you reached out with the offer, I was like, no, this is something that Jamie absolutely does know about. And just, we knew each other, socially, we had a lot of interactions, and I felt like this was your thing for sure. So, yeah, no concerns at all.
Oh, that's awesome. And what was the experience like for you as we started working together?
Very activating.
Fair enough.
But that's what is needed, right? You
Mhm.
need to go through what is holding you back. And sometimes the reason why I needed someone to work with is because I couldn't see that I had blocks there. I had blinders on. It was my nose was against the painting, trying to see the whole picture. I could not see what was going on. And I needed your expertise to help guide me through that.
Yeah. What do you feel was one of the most, and I didn't give you a heads up on this question, so I do apologize. But what was one of the most beneficial things that we did for you? Um,
Oh, um, innate drivers is coming up, but it feels like there's something more deeper than that. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with the innate drivers. I think with the innate drivers, it just helped me to recognize the the things that I absolutely needed, and one of them was play. I absolutely need play, and I still find myself battling against that. Where I also need consistency, and I need a clean house. So those things will kind of clash at each other. where I'm like, I'll get blinders on, or I'll just um, singular thinking. Okay, yes, I need my house cleaned. I need it deep cleaned. I have this and this and this going on, and I need to focus on getting that cleaned. But I have to stop myself, like, no, clean this part first, and then go play. And
Yeah.
that's been a huge, huge, huge thing for me to recognize that that is absolutely what I need to do to bring balance with money.
Yeah, I feel like I'm glad you brought this up because your innate driver session, it was one of the most clear where I've seen like exactly how it correlated with your money. Like I don't know if you remember that session that distinctly, but for me, having done so many innate
You were
driver
cutting in and
session,
out.
oh, uh-oh. Okay.
I
Is
know.
that any better?
Okay,
And
yes.
okay. Um,
Oh, no, it's
oh,
let me
okay.
get, let me make sure nobody's on the internet.
Okay, perfect. Okay. Um, yeah, just doing your innate driver sessions was so fascinating to me because there was such a distinct correlation between like you just being in alignment and your money. And like I just remember how specific it was like, oh no, adjust these few things and really it's going to help. Like it was just so cool to see exactly the formula, for lack of a better word.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so what have been some of the results of working together?
Well, before we started working together, I had one of my side businesses to help kind of bring in some extra income for my family is I breed puppies. And um, my mama had 11 puppies, and I was not, I was making no progress with selling them at all. I had done a few things, but nobody was taking. There was no catches. And when I started to play and just added just a little bit more structure, but mostly just playing, I was able to sell five of the puppies pretty quickly. Um, and I still have six more. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm excited to go play and then sell them. But yeah, I think that was the biggest thing. Um, Also, it helped. This is a little plug for you too, but you are an accountant, and I also, when we started working, we worked on my taxes with, and I don't want to get too personal into it, but that was, whew,
You're good.
that that was a huge thing for me to do as a solo parent that my husband used to do. Um, and I feel like just getting comfortable with money in all aspects of it was a huge, huge thing at just building that relationship and how I form that relationship, what that relationship is supposed to look like for me, was pretty significant.
Yeah. Yeah, that was huge. And that was one of the things that we had talked about throughout the years was like, oh, I need to, get some things done with my taxes. And I just was like, well, when it's time, she'll come to me. And it was just really beautiful that this brought that time together.
Yeah.
And then just being able to see the completion of those. And yeah, and there was a lot to work through with all of that. And it took a lot of courage to show up and do it. But I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I want to put in a plug for your puppies because like I loved getting all of your texts where you're like, I just sold another one, I just sold another one, I just sold two. Like I was like, what in the world? This is so cool. And I really feel like you're an amazing breeder. And I really want to point that out because wasn't it the one puppy they drove to California from your house in Utah?
They so the owners live in California, but her neighbor was here visiting in Utah.
Yeah.
Um, it just happened to work out perfectly that the neighbor was willing to drive the puppy back home to the owners, and like the timing couldn't have been perfect. And the neighbor is not a dog family. They don't own dogs. I don't know what their dog history is, but I got a text from them while they were driving saying how wonderfully, for a 12-hour drive that she did so beautifully. She had no accidents in the car. She was, I think, 10 weeks old, that she already had the potty training cues. She was calm. She wasn't crazy and hyper. And she just was the most beautiful traveler ever. And that's not the first time I've heard that from my dogs, which that's one of the key traits that I try to work to build in my puppies is that they are calm, um, calm, good, loyal, emotional support animals for the whole family. So yeah, that was really fun to hear
Yeah.
about.
Yeah. I mean, that's huge because I mean, I've had a nightmare dog experience, so we won't go there right now. But for me, it's like, oh, I don't think I will ever get a dog. But I'll be honest, after spending time with your dogs and like hearing these stories, I'm like, okay, it's on the table, potentially on the table. Because like that's huge, like a 12-hour drive, and like you're getting clients that are flying in to Utah to get their dogs. Like,
Yeah,
I mean, you have some incredibly special dogs, and I just love that people are recognizing that, and that you are have been able to get to a place of being open and being able to receive those beautiful clients, those beautiful people that are going to keep referring people and keep coming back to you whenever they need another dog, right?
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and that's what I want. The first puppy that I sold, she or he is going to be going into a naturopathic doctor's office to help with facilitate that type of healing. And it was just a perfect fit. It's like the dog is a low energy dog, and but can be playful and fun at the same time. And it's just a perfect match to help facilitate those clients that need the help, that need the additional resources that animals bring to to the table.
Absolutely.
I need you out, please. Thank you.
So how can people contact you if they are interested in one of your dogs?
There's Instagram. There's a Facebook page called Slate Canyon Puppies, I think. So you can look on my Instagram, my personal Instagram, and I'll tag my breeding Instagram and just private message me. And they can reach out to you if you know them personally. You can give them my phone number. I'm okay with that. Um, that's usually how people have been connecting with me.
Perfect. Okay, so Slate Canyon Puppies, or find Nicole Green Goble on Facebook or Instagram, and or come to me. Yes.
Yeah.
So we'll put all that in the comments below, just so that if people are interested or know someone looking for a beautiful calm dog, we definitely want to send them your way. Um, okay. Thank you so much. Any last thoughts or anything else that is coming that you want to share?
Just a plug for you.
Thanks.
You, the insights that you have and the relationships that you have in understanding this, and um, with the nose and the money, the whole money aspect, it's not just the money. It's a multifaceted situation. And if people watching this are sitting on the fence and thinking, oh, that would be nice, do it. Just do it, because it will change. If you're stressed about relationships, if you're stressed about money, if you're stressed about several other things that Jamie hits on, then do it. It is worth it. Invest in yourself.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And it's been such a pleasure to work with you. And I'm thrilled to see how things just continue to grow for you. Like you've just built this beautiful foundation and it can only go up from here. So thank you. And I'm sure we'll be chatting soon.
Yes, you will.